Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Embody podcast, a show about remembering and embodying your true nature, inner wisdom, embodied healing, and self-love. My name is Candice Wu, and I'm a holistic healing facilitator, intuitive coach, and artist sharing my personal journey of vulnerability, offering meditations and guided healing support, and having co-creative conversations with healers and wellness practitioners from all over the world. Lately, I've been interested in this idea about exploitation. I look around and see how, as a collective, there's a lot of exploitation of the earth, of animals, of our resources, using animals, using the land in certain ways, and in a lot of ways depleting it. There's absolutely many people nourishing it and recycling and replenishing Earth, and yet there is this part of exploitation. And that led me to the idea of, where do I exploit myself? That is the root of it. That's the core of where our actions come from, is ourselves. Where do I push beyond my limits and use myself? And pushing beyond limits in not a good way, in a way that's not growthful or expansive, but in a way that drains and overrides what my body needs and wants. Where do I ask too much of myself or put pressure upon myself in ways that my easeful and natural being don't want to move or do or be? And for me, it's often reflected in the beliefs of not feeling enough or not having enough, which then resides in not feeling and being enough. So it might look like going above and beyond for worthiness, for value, or feeling greedy, like I want more, like I don't have enough, or I constantly need more, or to do something, do more. And then it can also show up in FOMO for some people, like missing out on something, wanting to do it all. And what that can often speak to is that feeling of, in this moment, I am not enough. In this moment, this is not enough. This moment is not enough as it is. And how would our life be different if it were? If this moment, this breath were enough? If one could find pleasure and contentment in this breath somewhere, or in this experience of now, that can open up possibilities. That can open up the quality of our experience. That can bring us to a truer sense of what we need to do, want to do, feel is right for us. A space where we're receptive and can listen to ourselves and be in harmony, true harmony with ourselves, rather than exploiting ourselves for the different ways that we can create or we can do. Just because we can do something doesn't mean that we should. And when we just do everything, we can find ourselves burning at both ends, or all the ends, and find ourselves not quite feeling fulfilled, joyful, light, natural, pleasant, truly in joy. But we can find ourselves exhausted or pushing for something. So we're just going to jump into a little meditation here in the form of an energetic download and a clearing of energy, clearing of beliefs, and some forgiveness for any ways that you may have exploited yourself. And before we jump in today, while most of us are still in quarantine mode, feel free to check out, if you're interested in Dreamwork, there are ways that we can support our bodies in deeper sleep, more sound sleep, and more embodiment, so that our dream life thrives and we can glean some wisdom from our dream world. About last year, I recorded some classes on preparing your body for deeper sleep and dream work, that inner life. And they're all on Skillshare. If you haven't tuned into them yet, you can get 2 months free on Skillshare with the link that I'll provide in the show notes, or you can go to CandiceWu.com/dreamclasses. So now let's tune into the experience. And before we tune in, let your body move in any way or find stillness, whatever feels good for your body now. And give your body that permission to feel into pleasure, feel into enjoyment, and look for it. Especially if we're not attuned to pleasure and aligned to it in our lives, we might miss the places that are already feeling it. And if you can't find something inside that feels pleasant, even if it's a baby toe or your tongue or an ear, then look outside and around you. Look for something pleasant in your space and let your body experience the connection with something that's pleasant. And turn on your curiosity, turn on your playfulness. And as you land in a space of restfulness, let your breath just release the body. Release your attention on anything in the outer world, any pressures, any stresses. And we just let this be a space and time just for you to come into connection with the pleasure in your body, listening to your body, and self-forgiveness. And just inviting the energy of love to surround your whole body, above and below it, side to side, in every dimension and every cell of your body. And as you sink deeper into your body, into your energy, let your own energy open up. The deepest parts of you know exactly who you are, exactly what you love. The deepest parts of you know exactly how to be in the truth of who you are. And feel and experience anything that's happening in your body, anything that's happening in your energy. And begin to notice your heartbeat, and if any part of your heart starts to come in sync rhythmically with your body, resonating with your own energy. And for this moment, look into your life, into all the parts of your life with a broad brushstroke, and sense any places that you exploit yourself or use yourself, use your energy in places that your heart or your spirit truly don't want to. And you don't need to pinpoint exactly where, but just sensing if there's any part of you that does feel that sort of exhaustion or drain, pushing outside of yourself or beyond certain limits. And just notice all these parts as perhaps a survival mode or protection, ways that your body has learned to be in this world to gain love or worthiness. And just for a couple more breaths, respect that this is a way that your body has adapted. And just speak or hear these words inside of your mind. And let them ripple through your body and your energy. I forgive myself for judging myself for all the times and places that I exploited myself or my energy. And as you breathe that through your body, notice any little shift, any movement of the body, any sensation and emotion. And if these words aren't true for you, feel free to just discard them peacefully and continue to feel into your own energy. I forgive myself for judging myself for any time and place that I pushed beyond my body, heart, or soul's limits, and where it didn't serve me. And any time or place that I overrode my body's needs and desires. A couple of breaths, just noticing them pass through, and again, discarding the words if they're not for you. And I forgive myself for judging myself for all the times and places that I pressured myself to do what was not for me to do. Or I pressured myself to do too much. And I forgive myself for judging myself for any times and places that I did not feel enough in myself. And imagine giving your body a whole big hug, or even wrap your arms around your body just to support anything that's moving through. Track your body and notice anything that's happening. And we'll close with a couple more words here. And again, discard them if they don't fit for you. I forgive myself for judging myself for forgetting that I am deeply enough. And I am deeply free. And I respect my body's needs and desires. And just letting the energy of forgiveness for any judgments around this. letting the energy of your body digest itself, digest anything that's happening, letting your body metabolize any emotions. And this is going beyond affirmation. This is forgiveness. This is forgiveness for judgment. And then the rest takes care of itself. And if certain emotions are stuck here or you're not feeling anything, then I invite you to just touch your body, look outside of you, ground yourself, and practice maybe some more tools for releasing overwhelm or coming back into safety in your body. And if you want to stay with whatever else you're feeling, feel free to do that for as long as you need. And at some point, be sure to thank yourself for being in your own energy, taking the time and attention to love yourself, to go deeper into the roots of some of these belief sets and where they're held in your body and your energy. And whenever you're ready to stretch or move, if your eyes are closed, open them. Do that at your pace. Let your body ease into the flow with whatever new energy you're carrying in your body and whatever's transmuting inside of you, letting that continue if necessary. And I'll leave you with a little bit of music here as we close today. Thank you so much for practicing. And I wish for all of you that you can feel the sweetness of life, that you can feel pleasure and let that guide you. Let pleasure be your compass. Let contentment lead the way. And trust that that gives life to creativity, that gives a fertile ground for what naturally and easily wants to come through, where you don't have to push. That there's ease in creation, there's ease in doing, because you're deeply in harmony and respect with your own body, with your own heart and your spirit. It's lovely to have you here today. If you want to stay connected with me through my newsletter, feel free to sign up at candicewu.com/embody. And feel free to check out other podcasts and meditations, guided meditations and healing experientials at candicewu.com/meditations. Thanks so much for being here. See you next time on the Embody podcast.